I just clicked on the Twitter and someone on Reset Era is trying to say that Luigi is Mario's father. Just read this, had no idea.
Did you not know that, Scott? Wait.
I'm John.
John?
He's not. Mario is Luigi's brother, and Luigi is Yoshi's mama.
What?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's Mama Luigi to you, Mario.
Unless Mario is still the daddy.
Mario is not is not Yoshi's dad. Yoshi
is Mario
Yoshi's
Luigi's
cookie.
daddy?
Yoshi is Luigi's son, and that's it. There's nothing else involved. It's just son of Luigi. Mario is Yoshi's uncle. All right.
What's Yoshi's last name?
Mario.
Then who's his daddy?
Luigi Mario.
No, Luigi's Yoshi's mama. Yoshi doesn't have a father.
So Luigi is asexual reproduction, creates dinosaurs.
Luigi found the Yoshi egg in a coin block.
Okay, so it's like an adopted mom.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it now. So you mean every time I do anything as Mario, I'm killing Yoshi's adopted baby? I mean, Luigi's adopted baby? That's terrible. Now I feel bad.
So here's the thing.
Did you not before?
So here's the thing. Canonically, at least in Mario 1, the blocks are made out of the Mushroom Kingdom residents. Bowser turned them into blocks. So when you're breaking a block, you're killing someone. That is 100% true.
I'm a monster.
We all are.
Oh God. Oh God.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, there is no ethical consumption under Lord Bowser.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely not.
You know, now I can.
No ethical consumption of mushrooms under Lord Bowser.
Now I can. Well, I mean, there should be no ethical consumption of mushrooms anyway, because I'm horrifically allergic to them, and that would kill me. So.
Oh, yeah, that's not ethical. That's just practical. Chris, There's no practical consumption of mushrooms for you at all, my friend.
Yeah, no, not at all.
All right. Well, folks, welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. We talked about some really rancid shit just now, but it's the truth. Because Yoshi is Luigi's son.
Yeah, that Reset Era thread's wrong. I can't believe that someone on Reset Era would be so just disrespectfully against the canon of Mario, like...
Against the canon.
What?
I can't believe that they made a whole fucking episode of the show about it. Watch Mama Luigi, it is 100% canon, it's lore.
Emmy Award winning.
And that's it.
They got the daytime Emmy.
It won the award for Best YouTube Poop from John. That's it. There you go.
Congratulations.
Anyway, yes, I'm John.
YouTube poop.
I'm John. I love to talk about YouTube poop. We got Solon on board.
Hi. I love to talk about Gamer Fuel. My name's Solon.
We got Chris. Chris, what do you like to talk about?
I like to talk about Suikoden and hamburgers.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Folks, video games haven't stopped. It truly feels like the age of gaming has truly come upon us. It is overwhelming at times, but I think we've begun to catch up. The Final Fantasy VII has come out. It's been like a week, and a lot of us have very strong opinions about it. Niall wrote an entire goddamn review, which you can find on the site. Glowing praise, I think, is the simplest way to describe it. But I feel like the rest of us also have a similar feeling on this particular remake, or part of said remake, because it's part one of however many. So I suppose we could just go ahead and start talking about it again. We could just get into the Final Fantasy discussion. I feel like it might be shorter than last time, but folks, I am sitting here with two people who I think have finished the game. Is that correct? You have both finished Final Fantasy VII Remake?
So not only have we finished this game, but also we've finished getting all of our like really heavy spoiler-laden feelings out. And so we're not like a drooling mess anymore like we were a couple days ago. And that's the important distinction, because a lot of people are still in that kind of like drooling mess phase right now that happens once you've finished Final Fantasy VII-R. And so we can talk about it from whatever angle you'd like, and especially save a lot for future spoiler casts where we can get really expletive driven.
Yeah, y'all are probably going to be doing a spoiler cast. I know Niall is like frothing at the bit to do a spoiler cast.
I'm so surprised. You can read that review that Niall did, and I don't know when the last time I've seen Niall just so happy about playing a video game that just came out. Because there's a lot of video games that Niall loves, but not a lot of them have come out recently. Usually when we get games for reviews, it's not like this immediately like, wow.
I still remember he finished the game, and then it was like 45 minutes later where it was just like, a draft is in the chat, and it's like, wait, what? Yeah, it just... Yeah. That game, like, I finished it, like, as I was going through the last section, Solon had to deal with my ranting in his Discord DMs, just screaming because I needed to scream to someone who'd already finished. Because, wow, so Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's very, very good. And it does a lot of things that I wasn't expecting as someone who spent the entire year playing these Final Fantasy games. But also the most important thing that it's done that I really did expect, I just didn't expect this to work or be good, was that they based the entire game off of the last 4 or 5 Final Fantasies. So it's learned from the mistakes of Final Fantasy 12 through 15 in very real ways. There's a lot of Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns in there, and I kind of knew that was the idea, was that we're going to remake this in the style of 15. And that wasn't necessarily something that's like, oh, great, thanks, because, you know, you've played Final Fantasy 15. If you have, you know that game's okay. It's fine. It is a very strong story with a strong presentation style that doesn't necessarily carry itself through 30 hours of gameplay. So saying, hey, we're going to take Final Fantasy VII's first 4 or 5 hour section, and we're going to just tease that out to 40 straight hours of gameplay, is kind of like a weird ask. But because of how it uses the playstyles that they know work, and how it uses just the way that they use kind of like, I don't know, this is a weird way to put it, but labor. The like people who worked on this project were the right people who knew what they were doing, and you can feel it all the way through, from the music to the design of each weapon having a very specific purpose that you can or cannot use. You're going to start with Tifa's like first weapon, and you're going to use that set of weapons the entire game, because her leather gloves are just the fan favorites, funnest to use. You don't have to switch if you don't want to, because all of the weapons happen to be really well balanced out. Yeah. There's just like little touches like that are just so apparent throughout that you can tell this was built on not the failures, but like any kind of shortcomings that came from these previous Final Fantasy games. They're all here. They're all here, and they're all built on Final Fantasy VII, which itself was built on the previous Final Fantasy games in very real ways. And so it just feels like everything has come around full circle in this one production. A production that is apparently going to keep going. So now that we've jumped on here, they like present the entire game, including its ending, in a way that lets you open up to so many new opportunities for not only the rest of Final Fantasy VII to be remade, but also for future Final Fantasies and for future productions altogether. It's amazing. That's one of the things that got me really, really excited about it, is suddenly, because I've also been playing the original Final Fantasy VII kind of alongside it. Not, I started it a few weeks before, But going through it, you realize, yeah, they took this 4 to 5 hour section, turned it into 50 hours, but also now I am so excited for what comes next, because as I play through regular Final Fantasy VII, I'm like, okay, Cosmo Canyon's pretty cool, but everything else has just been kind of like, eh. So now I'm just like, no, I can't wait to see how they do the story of Final Fantasy VII continuing on.
Yeah, you're completely right in noting that after the fall of the city in Final Fantasy VII, after Midgar falls, there's a lot of remarkable sections in FF7. There's also a lot of unremarkable areas in the original Final Fantasy VII. And so the thing that they did so right in this game was that there was never a part of all 40 hours that when they teased out each section of Midgar and let you see most of every section of the city, there was no part in that felt wasted. There was no part of that where they teased out and stretched out these long areas. There was new dungeons added almost every step of the way, but every part of those gave a lot of opportunities for characters to interact in new ways. And it didn't feel like there was any section that was like, you know what? That was a little excessive. That was a little much. It just, every single part of it felt like, all right, we're here for a reason. We know what our reason is, and we're going to get to the end, and that's going to take us to this next spot. Oh, something weird happened at the next spot. So now we have a new thing we have to do. We know what we're going to do. It just kept moving like that. Just the train kept rolling onwards throughout the entire thing. And even when there was like little hitches, that don't quite add up to what you remember in Final Fantasy VII in the original, or don't quite add up to what you were expecting in the game. They're always they're fun. They're fun. They're always in service of adding new kinds of ways to understand these characters that are the main cast and also the world at large.
And fleshing out a lot of characters that were there but never really got any actual characterization to them beyond stereotypes. Like, getting to actually know Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, and, like, a lot of the people around, like, Wall Market and stuff. It's just like, hey, here's this guy that you talk to for 2 seconds, and now it's like, now he's a whole character with a great southern accent. It's like,
you're talking about Chocobo Bill?
I love Chocobo Sam. Chocobo Sam is the best. It's like my favorite thing. It's just such a great little thing. Just a lot of the stuff around Wall Market, except for doing pull-ups for 3 hours and then giving up and finally succeeding.
Hey, Chris, you got stuck in that pull-ups minigame for a little while. How long were you doing pull-ups in the gym as Tifa?
About 3.5 hours, probably. And
over the course of a couple days?
Yeah. No, over the course of pretty much just that one night.
Oh.
I just kept going. I was like, fuck this, I'm going to get it. And I literally kept going, even though I kept saying I was going to go to bed. And then, it was just like, because I started doing like, tied at 44 3 times in a row. Then tied at 40. Then I'm like, okay, fuck this, I'm giving it one more shot. And then it was 44 to 42, and I screamed.
Hey, that minigame's really easy. You just don't miss the inputs. As long as you put in the right inputs, you win every time.
Yeah, and don't get too fast.
See, that's the secret, is there's a lot of minigames in this game that are kind of like this, where they psych you out by making things like go faster. But if you actually keep the exact same tempo throughout, the back-end threshold is very kind. And so you can just get into like a zen state and relaxingly do squats or do pull-ups, and you'll actually do really well and win because the AI has like rubber band logic to it. It's really good.
Oh, wow. Like, I thought it was based on like, I didn't know what it was based on, but I know they are randomly like he randomly drops no matter what once per round. At least like in the hardest one. And like one of the ones I got, he dropped with 1 second left.
Ooh.
So I was like, I went into that one with a 12 push-up lead, and I'm like flying through it and doing really, really well, and then I just lose.
And that rubber band snaps the other way. Yep. And that actually gets, this is a small anecdote that actually gets us into the larger mechanics of FF7, because that kind of logic is throughout the game, especially in the battle mechanics, where there's a lot of little touches to the like action mechanics that make it so that the strongest thing in your corner is momentum. There's a lot of fights that you'll get into in this game, and every single fight could give you a game over at any moment if you're not prepared. But if you jump into a fight with half health and you don't know what's coming and you get stunned for a couple of seconds, you could be looking at an entire party wipe and a game over. Which usually just sends you back to the beginning of that fight where you can heal up and try again. But it is entirely like once you get into that point where you've lost a party member and you have to spend time and resources to heal them, and in the meantime the enemies are knocking out your other party members that are trying to do the heal, it can get really exhausting.
I had to learn really, like I only learned it about a little more than halfway through, where it was just like, when you are trying to heal someone, do not be controlling that character, because the AI always targets whoever you're controlling.
Yep.
So it's a lot, like, it is a lot of learning to... I only got really good at that game with a boss fight that against a big spooky. But just learning that I had to shift, constantly be hitting left and right of changing up who I'm controlling, just because, okay, if I stay on this character too long, they're going to get annihilated unless it's Barrett, who... It's funny, at the beginning of the game, I was like, I don't know if I really like Barrett, but by the end of it, I'm like, no, I just want to control Barrett the whole time.
Just give me the gun.
Because not even just the gun, like, just the fact that you can get other weapons that may give you options other than just shooting.
Did you use the wrecking ball that makes him into a melee character?
Yes, I did.
Incredible.
A little bit. Like, if I knew there were going to be flying enemies, I shifted to a gun, but the wrecking ball is a lot of fun. Like, doing the charging uppercut move that he gets as his overcharge instead of overcharge is a blast.
And all of that, they made an entire new mechanic just for Barrett, just so you could really play with the idea that he could be a front row or back row character. Do you remember that in 7? You could pick front row or back row, and like, here you don't do that, but instead they've got this idea of melee that's like close up and then ranged melee, and it's very, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, you had materia in FF7 original. I just put it on a character just for making them stronger in the back row.
Yep.
Which is great.
And they have the same kind of thing here, but in a like really different way. Because they've also got physical magical status and ranged magic status that you use materia to manipulate in other ways to exploit weaknesses or to open up new like combat strategies and synergies with your party. There's a lot of really nice flourishes in here.
It feels really good. Like, the battle system from start to finish, really, once I really wrapped my head around it, especially, is just a blast. And, like, I don't know, like, once you figuring out how to manage between, okay, what am I doing? I'm attacking. Okay, no, this guy, I need to stagger him or I'm dead. Okay, let's cast a couple of thunder spells. Let's use Aerith to be able to double cast. Let's God, the way the abilities work alongside of things like Tifa running out with just, nailing out a combo, then overcharge, then triple triangle, and like doing like frickin' 150 stagger, like.
Yep, and counting. Take that thing, crank it to 250.
Exploding. Oh god, nothing feels better than exploding the stagger meter up to like frickin' 300. And it's all Tifa.
Yep. And then you're just like, yeah, there's no more rules.
She feels so much fun to play as, because it's just, yeah.
Yeah, all 4 characters have very different ways of accentuating the battle and turning the tide in their favor. And it's cool to figure them all out as you play through the game. And then after you finish the game, you get hard mode, which is not something I ever... You know how I work. I do these until we beats all the time because I like to finish games and put them away and move on to the next game. And this is the first time in a long time that I'm like, no, I want to come back to this and I want to play through all of hard mode because I want to learn how these systems interact because they feel so good.
Yeah. I still haven't jumped into the hard mode stuff yet. I'm still just going through stuff a second time with normal just to power up because I figure I want to be maxed out by the time I touch hard mode because...
So yeah. This is what's like kind of blowing my mind with this thing is that there's going to be more games after this, right? When you finish your first run of Final Fantasy VII-R, you feel like, okay, I have a very firm grasp on this battle system, and I see where we have ended things for the next game. However, they also designed hard mode specifically so that it comes right after FF7R is finished, so that you can actually learn how the far end of this battle system is supposed to work. The deepest, like, trenches of, like, all right, how do I max out as much damage as possible in as short a time as possible while keeping my group protected under different statuses? How do I manage buffing and debuffing my team, which is something you don't do in the normal playthrough of the game. There's no enemies that ask that out of you. Well, there's a couple, but it's very light, limited to just poison. And you might not even have like the final stage Blizzaga level spells yet by the end of the game. By the end of hard, you're expected to be max level. You're expected to be maxed out on all of your materia. However, you can immediately see the limitations of all of those things because you know they're going to add more in the next games to exactly this endpoint. And that's what's staggering to me. Is that there is so many more materia, there's so many more weapon styles and combinations of character builds that you could explore, that when you add in like the other characters that were part of 7, Nanaki and not Yuffie.
Kate Sith and Yuffie
and the whole gang, it's like, wow, this is dimensions farther than what I thought was possible. And then you look back at the original FF7, you're like, oh, that was their goal all along. Yeah. Because they wanted to have some ranged characters, some close-up characters, some magic characters, and each one of these characters fills that role in a different way. It's just so fulfilling to see that, like, what feels so intentional and like it was always meant to be, then extended out as if it was never, like, as if it was always the way it was meant to be from the beginning, even though so much of this is kind of, like, added in right now. It's beautiful. It feels like something that is very postmodern, is what I would say, because it's such a, like, living tome that is reflecting on previous pieces of work that many, many people have been a part of. The things that I end up always comparing FF7 to in this way, especially with the remake, has been like Twin Peaks, because of how that was built over time, and how, like, the craft of that had evolved over time by reaction to its original, like, creations and versions. Same with Homestuck is actually probably the comic version of what I would relate this to. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but the idea that you are iterating off of your own work at the scale that Final Fantasy VII is doing, and at the just how FF7R is directly talking to the rest of the PlayStation 4 era of games, like Nier Automata and Horizon Zero Dawn and a lot of these other very of the era PS4 games, it just feels like this kind of 2020-esque postmodern piece of art. And I really like that about it. It is loud because of that. FF7R is very, very loud. And the original FF7 was loud too, but just every single like mechanic, every single music piece, the overtures, there's like 14 different versions of the battle theme in this game.
Yeah, like, I love the worst one to hear is like I understand why they used the boss fight music for the pull-up competition because holy shit,
that song is so good.
Yeah, it's the only thing that made me be able to not completely break.
This game is extremely loud. The final like song that you hear in the game is literally back to back every single character's motifs, just back to back, like not being subtle at all with their intentions that this is a like a ensemble piece that will continue.
I threw hip hop de Chocobo on every single jukebox.
Oh, God.
So there's literally like a serious cutscene going on in the bar as fucking hip hop the Chocobo is playing in the background, and it's hard to not laugh. It was amazing.
Chocobo.
I love the different music themes you find in there, all the different jazz remixes, and oh god, it's all so good.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, just the music in this game is amazing. There's an entire zone where the background music is just ska.
Yep.
It's just 100% ska. I'm like, hell yeah, gonna do this puzzle while I'm skanking, baby.
A couple little disco hits in there.
And it's not just ska, it's like the worst Real Big Fish era ska, too, which is like, oh god. I love it.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick that materia up.
Exactly. Hey, Aerith, you see that materia over there? Pick it up, pick it up.
Hey.
Oh, God. Just, yeah, the soundtrack to this game is incredible. The story stuff they added, getting to, God, just being able to find out more about characters that were kind of one-off. Hey, you don't really care about them, they're gonna die in 20 minutes, and now it's like, what's gonna happen? What's even happening?
Hey, John, you're part of the way through this, right?
I just got to Wall Market.
Perfect.
So you just got the ska.
I did. That place has amazing music. I really liked the music that played when you were like going up to Wall Market, like that whole bit where you're like traveling through the tunnel with Aerith.
That is my favorite new song in the whole game.
It's super, super good. God, I really like Aerith. I think like last week people were like, "Oh, hey, Tifa or Aerith, ha ha ha." And you know what? I'm not gonna choose because I don't want the girls to fight. They are both good, but I don't know. It's hard to say because I really don't have any attachment to the old Final Fantasy VII. I did not play it at all, so this is completely foreign to me. This is all new. But just through osmosis, I felt like Aerith was just, like, a very standard, one-note, kind of just, like, I don't want to say manic pixie dream girl, but very much just, like, this, like, flighty, like, I am this, like, perfect angel wife for you, and, like, I really like that she's just kind of a shithead in this game. Like, she's just this, like, cheeky, just really fun to hang out with girl that, like, bounces off of Cloud really well, because, like, I think, like, Tifa and Aerith are the two different kinds of people that mesh well with Cloud. Like, not even, like, girls in the sense that, like, oh, they'd be good as, like, to, like, date Cloud. Just, like, good as, like, just friends.
Yeah.
Either way. Because Tifa is very much the, like, structure, sort of, like, Cloud, you're being an asshole. You need to stop. And Cloud being like, yeah, okay, I will. But then Aerith is... oh, Cloud, you're being an asshole. I'm going to be an asshole back. I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine. Like, that's Aerith. And, like, I think if you're the kind of person that Cloud is, you need both of those kinds of people in your life to like fix your shit.
Yep.
So it's really good. I think it's perfect.
And a sass dad and his 2 girlfriends.
I mean,
That's a good family.
It does feel like a family. I was gonna say that, like, at the beginning, like, Barrett is very untrustworthy of Cloud because he's just like, he's just this merc that we picked up, and by the time that, Cloud's going on the second mission and all that, and especially after, like, being around Tifa, and Tifa sort of, like, I think Barrett's reaction to Cloud, like, mirrors what I think a lot of us went through, where, once Tifa was around Cloud, I think it humanized him a lot.
Yep.
And I think Barrett really starts to realize, as you go through that part, and you have Tifa around, and Tifa just isn't putting up with this shit, and Cloud is starting to, like, lower his guard a bit, Barrett is able to, like, really understand the kind of person he is, and they definitely get more close, and it's really fun to just see, like, Barrett open up too.
And part of that's on Cloud's evolution too, because he needs to take some time, especially at the beginning. Barrett directly challenges him, and in return, Cloud realizes, oh, I actually do feel ways about these politics and the world that is happening around me. I didn't know I had feelings about that, but I actually really, really do. And now I'm meeting these people who I kind of like hanging around, and I kind of want to hang around them more, and I kind of want them to not die.
Exactly, yeah. Like, especially, like, there's the... It probably absolutely helped, too, that you go on that, like, mission with the squad with, like, Jesse, Wedge, and Biggs.
The squad?
Yeah, like, after that mission, I feel like... I mean, it's maybe, it's not shown on screen per se, but, I think there's, like, there's some, like, evidence that, oh yeah, no, maybe, like, after that happened, maybe they talked Cloud up to Barrett, and they were like, hey, Cloud really helped us back there, and that helped out. And then there's even more implicit stuff, where, like, Barrett is seeing that Cloud cares about Jesse when Jesse's injured, and, like, seeing Cloud interact with the whole, like, group at Avalanche, like, Barrett's very much like, okay, yeah, no, I think I can trust this guy. And then as time goes on, and again, like, yeah, like you said, Cloud starts to show his, political views, and he's like, yeah, no, I agree with you all. This is, you all are in the right here. Barrett opens up, and yeah, like, it's very, very human. It is very, it's so realistic how they respond to each other, and I just love to see it. It's such great character writing.
Yeah, no, it's really cool to see Barrett point up and be like, yeah, that's a rotting pizza up there, and Cloud being like, I was on top of that pizza. Yeah, it's rotting, buddy. It's not good. Yeah. The thing that got me, though, and I think you were kind of getting at it at the beginning of this when you were talking, John, was Aerith. She comes off as like, oh, nice little church girl and stuff, but like, of all the characters, she knows the streets.
Mm-hmm.
She is so street smart in this game, and she's the only person to come out and say, hey, I like that pizza.
Yeah. Well,
this is the only life I know.
She was in the original, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the original, she was also very street smart, which is what scared me coming into this, because, I've played... I think I talked about it last week, or it might have just been in one of our random chat with friends, but, like, I went back, you go back to, like, Persona 4 The Golden, where suddenly Chie's character just became the internet meme of, I just want meat. It's like, great, Him Daisy made a funny comic. That should not be her fucking character, because it wasn't, which is what worried me coming into this. Like, are they just going to turn her and Cloud and Tifa into the internet meme stereotype of, like, the internet for some reason has always shown Tifa as like this sassy, person, and Aerith as the super innocent mom-like character, when it was always the opposite. So it made me coming into this going, are they gonna fuck that up and just make their characters not what their characters actually were? But they didn't. They actually kept it the way it should be, which is, yeah, Aerith is sassy and incredibly independent, and fantastic, and Tifa is very, I am a like really caring person, and I am kind of the mom of this group.
That I have responsibilities to all of these people, but I'm also very tough and have the power alone to be able to save us all, and I'm going to take care of business. Yeah. No, it's, I don't know if it's like the right way they should have done it or anything, but it definitely is, the way they did it is very serviceable to how the original was, and also, takes that to, like, it just cranks the decibels up, like, to 11, but not in a way that, overshadows any other facets of their characters. So it's just like, everything is evenly raised to such a high level that it's impeccably balanced.
Yeah, like the characterization is one of the things that, for me at least, with all the characters from the villains to the heroes and whatnot, I feel like they nailed. Because, like, there always was that. With the Turks, you always had, like, Reno was always
Mr.
a
Worldwide.
little bit conflicted, and, but always was talked about by people as he's really a nice guy. Actually, I've been calling him Cesarino because, man, that guy has a really nice giant swing. Perfect form.
Yep.
But, you know, and frickin' Rude being, well, that character of, hey, yeah, they're conflicted, but they're also dickbags who are going to murder a lot of people. I don't know. It's weird expanding on the humanization of them that they did. That was already kind of there. There were already in the original game. Just outside before you get to Cosmo Canyon, you can see a little optional thing of them talking about how like, oh, who do you have a crush on? And just having a weird little side conversation. And then it's just like, okay, now we're going to kick your ass. But, okay, that was, there was humanizing in the original game, but having that all crammed into, like, the segments they are in is kind of cool.
Yep.
It's kind of nice getting more characterization from them in the beginning than you originally got.
I completely agree, and that's where we can actually tie into the expanded universe of Final Fantasy VII. There are so many characters that are pushed in here in new ways that weren't in the original, but they were in, like, Crisis Core, and they were in, like, the extended Final Fantasy VII bits.
Advent Children, which is where the whole, like, Cloud is just an emo baby thing comes from. It's like, man, did you play Final Fantasy VII? Cloud was... like, once he opened up to people, he's just a jokey goofball.
Yep.
But frickin', fucking Advent Children made him this sad boy, and now he's running around like, God, the expanded universe being... like, now it's like, I don't regret having watched that crappy garbage movie or playing through the incredibly bad fucking Vincent game.
How dare you?
That game is bad. I love it, but it's terrible.
Do you think we would have Lightning Returns, which leads us to Final Fantasy VII-R, if it wasn't for Vincent in Dirge of Cerberus? Final Fantasy's first action game? Man, no respect.
It's not good. I love it. It's not good.
Oh, yeah, sure. The Odyssey also isn't a great read. You can go through it, I guess, but, it's Dirge of Cerberus is Final Fantasy's read. Odyssey. You have to start somewhere. You can't just, can't just have the Iliad and then just nothing. You gotta have a little fan fiction after that. Sexiest man in video game, and you're like, I didn't like his video game.
I mean, he's an emo vampire baby. He's cool.
I don't get him for another 2 games or more, okay? Hot button, Chris. Yeah. Hot button.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm just going to get out in front of this, especially because you all are going to do a spoiler cast. I think we should move on, because we've already been talking for over 40 minutes about Final Fantasy. I think we should move on.
It's good. It's the best game ever made, maybe.
Definitely of the generation. It's in contest.
That's a claim. Those are claims. Those are big claims. All right, so I think we should move on here. I think if we're gonna keep talking about big things, I think I'm ready to talk about the biggest news of the week.
The biggest.
The dumbest possible thing that occurred this coming week here. I seriously cannot believe that this dumbass bullshit happened.
What dumbass bullshit? Start from the beginning.
All right, so there's so many layers to this. I need to make sure that I'm getting this like completely correct here, and that I have everything pulled up properly.
What is the biggest news of April 17th? We've all been locked down for a week. How could anyone even do anything?
So I can tell you, because there was a Cooking Mama game that came out recently.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm listening. Cooking Mama.
Cookstar, baby.
Cookstar. This is probably the weirdest game release ever. I'm gonna throw that out there. If we're throwing out Final Fantasy VII Remake being the best ever, I'm gonna throw out Cooking Mama Cookstar as the weirdest release ever. So it just dropped out of nowhere, like a month or so ago. The Switch version, at least, went up on the eShop for like a couple of hours and then got pulled down.
Oh, so it's not on the shop anymore.
It is not on the eShop anymore. There are still cartridge versions available in some places.
What?
But, that they shipped out a couple of them. It is an extremely rare game now.
Oh,
so
no.
If you see a copy for $40, I mean,
it's selling for like $130.
Straight up, yeah. You probably could. You could sit on that for a few more months. You could probably sell it for a tidy profit. Or you could just have it and be a weirdo collector like I will be if I see a copy of it. But
why'd it get pulled down then?
So here's the story, alright? Here's the full fucking big truth here. This game was created by a company called Planet Entertainment. This was there's layers here.
So we're talking about business. Okay, this is some
this is business.
Backside business stuff.
I'm gonna start from the top here. Cooking Mama was originally created by a studio called Office Create, who were the games are published by Majesco, but Majesco got shut down. Majesco doesn't exist anymore. So Office Create, it's been a hot minute since they've made a Cooking Mama game. So Office Create went ahead and outsourced the Cooking Mama name and the rights to the game to a publisher called Planet Entertainment. It's Planet Entertainment that are publishing this one. And then they hired a studio called First Playable to make the game. First Playable is, they tried their best. They did what they could do. And they made a Cooking Mama game that apparently was not up to snuff. That Office Create was not happy with how it looked. But Planet Entertainment still wanted to release it. Office Create supposedly did not just say, just throw it out. They said, hey, could you just fix these issues and then release it? Because there are some problems. And I guess Planet Entertainment just ignored that and published the game.
Oh, that's a no-no.
And released it without Office Create's permission. So then Office Create just got it taken down off of the eShop after that. They just called up Nintendo and were like, hey, what the fuck? And so after that, a bunch of rumors went around, because this was not a perfectly well-made game. It had some hitches. It wasn't like completely god-awful. It was a Cooking Mama game.
Yeah, that doesn't sound abnormal for Cooking Mama to have, to not be super great, but also making video games is very, very hard, so...
It is.
I mean, to be fair, it did sound like some of those hitches were pretty much melting switches.
What?
So, apparently that is not as bad as it is. Like, there were some rumors about that. but those were like unsubstantiated. Those were people like, probably just talking that it's a bit much. Like, it does sound like that the game did make Switches overheat, but it wasn't like blowing your Switch up or anything like that. It was just, maybe making it run a little hot.
Oh, I can see the Cooking Mama face with the fire eyes saying, "I will melt your Switch."
Yeah. And when this game was originally announced, there was also a press release where Planet Entertainment claimed that there would be some form of blockchain DRM involved. Which is just a bunch of hoo-ha, because apparently somebody who worked for First Playable, leaked a bunch of information about this and was like, yeah, the people at Planet Entertainment didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. They were just trying to make the game sound cooler to people. There's no blockchain stuff. There might have been at a very, very early time because they were like being forced to put it in, but they took it out. And so there were rumors that the game was mining Bitcoin, which the Switch isn't even powerful enough to do that. So if they were to even try to, that probably would have just broken the Switch, but it's not in there. Like, people have data mined it, and there's nothing with the blockchain stuff in there anymore. And even then, blockchain does not immediately equal cryptocurrency. So at the very least, it is just not a very well optimized game. It is not a well optimized game. It has some flaws. But Office Create did not want this game to be released. And it still did. So Office Create put out a not a press release, just like a notice here that I'm just going to read here. As many of you know, Planet Entertainment recently released Cooking Mama Cooking Star for sale in the US, Europe, and Australia. This was an unauthorized release in breach of Planet's contract with Office Create. In August 2018, Office Create licensed Planet to develop Cooking Mama Cookstar for Switch. Unfortunately, the quality of the game builds failed to meet the standards that our customers expect and deserve.
Oh, no.
Office Create rejected a wide range of deficiencies affecting the overall feel, quality, and content of the game. Yet, despite being contractually obligated to correct the deficiencies and resubmit the game, Planet released Cooking Mama Cookstar without addressing the rejections and without our approval. We've also learned that Planet and/or its European distributor has been promoting an upcoming European release of a PS4 version of the game. Office Create has not licensed any entity, including Planet, to create any Cooking Mama games for PS4. Office Create itself has not been in development for any PS4 Cooking Mama game.
What?
On March 30th, yeah.
This is the wildest shit.
Because Cooking Mama has only ever been a Nintendo series. Like, they've only ever put it out on, like, DS, 3DS, and Wii, and, like, all that shit.
And phones.
Well, yeah,
there's a phone version of it that's actually pretty good, so might as well just download that. That's
wild. Office Create writing that's fighting words. They just, exposed their entire, like, chain of production. I
mean, but that's the thing, is that Office Create is being very upfront about this.
They're being really upfront about it, and they don't have to?
I mean, but they're seemingly in the right. They're just saying, like, look, we told them to fix the game, and they didn't. They just put it out. Like, we didn't want them to release a shitty game. We were gonna let them keep working on it. Like, it wasn't like they said, no, it needs to be out, like, next week. If you're gonna fix it, you need to crunch. Like, no, they were like, just go and fix it. And then and this was in 2018. They had a whole year. They just sat on it for a year.
I don't know. That sounds, they just went way up front to defend themselves when they have all of the cards and power. They don't have to defend themselves with a press statement because the clients themselves are the ones that need to defend themselves and their quality of work. That's amazing. Okay. Did anything else come out of this?
So then, Planet Entertainment released their own statement
with their own new Twitter accounts of fucking Cooking Mama Cookstar
Mama.
Oh, we're gonna make Mama Cookstar by the end of this. I swear to God.
There's an official Cooking Mama Twitter that, like, fucking Office Create owns. But then there's the Planet Entertainment Cookstar Mama one.
Oh, so I'm gonna
read this statement.
That sounds like, oh God, okay, yeah.
I'm gonna read this statement. Planet Entertainment wants to explain the mystery surrounding the Switch game to all Cooking Mama Cookstar fans.
All of them.
Office Create, the rights holder Cooking Mama, approved a detailed game design in 2019. First playable, the game developer and Planet followed the exact approved design. That design is the exact game on Switch, which also includes many additional Office Create suggestions which add gameplay value. Unfortunately, creative differences arose as Cooking Mama Cookstar was near completion that were outside the scope of our agreement and the game design approved by Office Create. By contract, Planet is fully within its rights to publish Cooking Mama Cookstar. There's no active litigation or ruling that prevents Planet from publishing the game. Cooking Mama fans have been very enthusiastic about Cooking Mama Cookstar, including the many new features, including vegetarian and unicorn food, potluck party, plus more. We appreciate the overwhelming positive response and support from Cooking Mama Cookstar fans. Office Create has our total respect. We thank them for their wisdom and wish them well.
That's a little more political. That's a little less like opening the cabinets and burning all your bridges.
So, I will say that, like, that person that, I think it was on, like, I gotta see if I can find, I don't see it on the Polygon article that I'm reading, but there was this, like, leaker who I guess worked for, First Playable, who were the people that developed it, that pretty much just said, like, yeah, it was pretty much just what Office Create is saying, that, like, Planet Entertainment just rushed the game out, was really stingy about it, wasn't letting them fix things, and that's why the game is the way that it is, and the people at Planet Entertainment just don't understand how to make a good game, and they somehow got the rights to Cooking Mama, and they just shoved it out there, and that is what happened. It just sounds like that the people at Planet Entertainment just do not care. They didn't care about the people that made the game. They don't care about listening to Office Create. Like, Office Create, I know it sounds like this is just some, like they're a business, they're a company trying to make money, but it does sound like they at the very least wanted to give a little bit of a shit about the quality of their games, because before this, Cooking Mama, they were just mini-game collections of cooking.
They're solid, fun games.
They're solid games. They seem like the people that made it give at least a little bit of a shit about making, like, cute cooking games for people. And
even Babysitter Mama?
Even Babysitter Mama. Even Babysitter Mama, I'll say that.
Don't shake that baby.
Don't shake the baby. But yeah, it's very, very weird. It's very, very weird.
That's amazing.
Watching this unfold has been, like, one of the most, like, fascinating train wrecks I've ever seen, because it's just, like, I remember, like, a trailer coming out for it, me and my girlfriend being like, oh, this is great, a new Cooking Mama game, we're excited. And then suddenly it vanished. And then suddenly it released, and then vanished again. And then all this stuff happening has been like when it kept vanishing, like, we were sitting there like, was that trailer just like a joke or something? And no, I wanted a new Cooking Mama game, but at the same time, like, what the hell? Like, just you never see a company come out and pretty much just say, here's what happened. Fuck those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's somebody out there that's the Cooking Mama super fan that just was walking down the street one day and just said, I wish I knew how Cooking Mama games were made. And then the monkey paws curled and said, oh, you want to know how the games are made, huh?
Not good.
It's amazing.
I now know way too much about how Cooking Mama games are made.
It's a franchise that, yeah, people care about. They aren't amazing games, but they're good, fun, like, solid little, they're solid things that people are really passionate about.
I understand that, yeah.
So releasing a shit show is not a good idea, especially after its average price is like $70 right now for a bad game.
Oh no!
It's like, just,
and my fucked up brain is just like, I need it. I need to have the history. I need it.
Here it is.
That's just
here's one for $125.
Like, I have such fucked up brain about like game collection stuff. Like I watched the newest Stop Skeletons from Fighting video, and they talked about like really bad pre-order bonus or like special edition like pre-order bonus and like big boxes of bullshit things. And they talked about, you know, like the infamous Dead Island Riptide torso. And I was just sitting there and I was just like, man, I would love to have the Dead Island torso, not because not because I like it, but because it's so fucking awful.
It's so
and if
bad.
I had it, like if I had that and like someone who knew what that was came into my room, they'd be like, oh, that fucking thing! Like, you know, like that's the kind of people I want to be around, is people that would be like, dude, you have the fucking Dead Island Riptide thing?
Torso.
Like that's the kind of thing, you know, like I had to talk myself out of buying a copy of the Guy game, because I was like, there's game history to that, but there's also like technically illegal porn on there. Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to have that on me, because that's bad, but it's also like, it's fucking game history. It's bad game history. Like, it's like, this Cooking Mama game is like, I wouldn't say it's on the same exact level as something like that, but it is very close to that. I mean, there is a chance that maybe after like there is some litigation, and maybe if Office Create gets the rights back and they actually like help finish it or something, maybe it'll come back. Maybe they'll put out like a patch to fix the problems that are like making switches overheat and, you know, make it fine. But
after litigation.
Yeah,
I don't doubt it that we're going to see a Cooking Mama game in the next like year or two.
We're going to see a Cooking Mama lawsuit in the year at this rate.
I know, that's the wild thing. We're going to see a lawsuit first, but I mean, there's definitely going to be a Cooking Mama game for all the Cooking Mama fans out there. It's like, it's going to happen. They've released a game on every console.
Lawsuit
for
Mama.
Nintendo. Lawsuit Mama.
Mama's gonna teach you how to serve.
Lawyer Mama. The new game from
Ace Attorney
the
Mama.
creators of Cookstar.
Oh, no.
Of Cooking Mama.
My bottom line on this really is that the first company, not World, the owners of the IP...
Office Create.
Office Create, really, I feel like a lot of the onus on communication falls on them, and if this is something that is wrong with communication, and then they go about as the group and individuals to escalate everything, I don't think that's a good look for them. And I don't know, like, if I were someone who was like, I am in business and I am in game development and I want to work with a company who has a cool, fun IP, I don't know if Cooking Mama is the one I want to work for, because this is how they treat their publishers that they work with. I don't know if that's really a good look for them, even though they're just trying to, like, air their grievances to everyone in a press release and explain what's going on as clearly as they know how. I don't know if it's the best way of going about things for them in their position as the owners.
I feel like at some point they kind of needed to get out there, just because there was so many rampant rumors of people just being like, oh, this game is going to destroy your Switch. Oh, this game is going to mine Bitcoin. Like, someone had to get out there and say something, and Planet Entertainment was not doing that. So I think Office Create had to be like, look, we need to say something. We need to distance ourselves from this, because if we do end up making another Cooking Mama game, if we hire somebody else, then that game is going to get shit on, like, and nobody's going to buy it. So,
yeah,
I think this was like the only way that they could get out there and be like, listen, this was not what we wanted to do. They fucked this up. And it lines up with what that person who I guess was from First Playable, who like made the game, that lines up with what they said. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little inclined to believe Office Create, and
well, like, the way I am now is they have they made their statement. Now they just need to not respond to the response so much. If they continue to escalate, then it becomes an issue.
Yeah,
but like at this point, it's like
it seems like they're just gonna I think they're just
We
going to go
said our
ahead and do
piece.
their bullshit,
Yeah.
do what they got to do.
That's incredible.
Like, just, we said our piece, we're done. They can say whatever the fuck they want.
Mhm.
We already have what is our facts out there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Look, just we got a real front runner for what the fuck this year. Like, that's all I'm
Good
gonna
lord. Good lord.
say. That's all I'm gonna say. Chris, why don't you talk about some games that you've been playing? Real quick, how about you talk about like Final Fantasy XIV and Dark Cloud, because I think those are two games you wanted to talk about real quick.
Yeah, well, Final Fantasy XIV continues to be fantastic. Like, recent patches, there's more and more, like, Ishgard restoration stuff that's coming out every, like, week, pretty much. Like, there's just been a lot more fun content for me to engage with without, stressing myself over dungeons and whatnot and things like that, where it's just like, I enjoy that they're adding more content that's chill. It's just, hey, this
nice.
is more relaxing than anything. I can go, I like mining and botanying and fishing and, it's like, I like doing that stuff. So I have been really enjoying the last couple of small patches and updates they've done where that it's kind of been focused on a lot of that stuff. So it's just like, now there are fishing raids and mining raids, and that's amazing to me because it means I can enjoy that stuff because I don't do a lot of crafting. So it's nice having a lot of that stuff. That's been most of my last week in that game, has just been, I'm just going to go mining.
Oh, what a perfect time for that, too.
It's just so chill and relaxing that it's, it's been real good for, hey, I'm a little stressed out. I'm going to go fishing for a while.
What do you do while you're fishing? Do you have any alternative, like a podcast you listen to or some videos you watch or something?
Now I can. Before, you used to have to look at visual and audio clues to see when to reel in, but now big exclamation points appear above your head, and it's wonderful.
Nice.
So now it's, I listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of friends at the table, just like I've been catching up on that.
Hey.
And it's just like, hey, this is awesome. Or like, hey, have a stream on in the background and watch Solon play a really bad Final Fantasy tabletop RPG.
Hey, Final Fantasy 69 is a great game.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. But it's one of those things that I like that, hey, I can have it as background noise again because I'm not focused on story. I'm just focusing on stuff that I find really relaxing, which is always good to get back to. And I've been continuing to play Dark Cloud 2. Now I'm even more excited about it because now it's literally, I'm continuing to play because I want to, like, see if I still look at that as the greatest game ever made after Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Whoa. Okay, so Final Fantasy VII R has shaken your faith.
It may have. Like, I'm still only to about 3/4 of the way through the second area so far on this replay, but I still absolutely am in love with Dark Cloud 2. I love the characters, I love the voice acting, I love the way the game plays once you really figure your way on the battle system and realize, oh hey, blocking is actually super important. And things like that. Just, it's such a good feeling game to go into a dungeon, clear out a couple levels, take a bunch of cool photographs and turn those into inventions of, to be able to make a cool new backpack for your robot. Because, of course, you ride a robot that punches things and it's, God, I love this game.
That's so good.
I'm just really excited to get to the point where Sfida unlocks, because it is the greatest golf mini game in the history of video games.
Sfida.
Have you ever played this game, Solon?
I have not played. I don't know if Dark Cloud 1 is something you have to play beforehand, but I've heard everyone talk about Dark Cloud 2 specifically as like a huge, overwhelmingly large JRPG that's just amazing and full of everything that defined the PS2 era.
I enjoyed Dark Cloud 1. I don't think it's a great game. I don't even think it's a good game. I think it's an okay game.
You can say that about a lot of PS2 RPGs.
I know. I have like 300 of them. But no, going through that game again is just, it's gorgeous. The only thing that bugs me is whenever the main character talks, I'm like, that's right, Robin. Because that guy voice acted every character forever.
Oh, is it Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia?
It's Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia, but I will always look at him as Robin from Teen Titans.
Yep. We do the exact same thing then.
Yep. But that game is just stunning and fun, and Solon, I am telling you, if you like RPGs, you should play it. There is a golf mini game in there that is amazing. Like, legitimately, once you open it up, once you clear out a floor, a glowing, like, hole opens up. And you have to golf your ball to that hole. But every time the ball bounces or hits a wall, it changes color. And it has to be the opposite color of what the hole is when it goes by. So if you're the same color and you're standing right under the hole, you have to bank it off a wall behind it to make it go back into the hole. It's amazing. It is legitimately one of my favorite mini games in any RPG ever.
It's better than Squats?
It's much better than yeah, it's better than Squats. Squats were great. Pull-ups, not so much. But yeah, it is like just building an area and making sure you travel through time back and forth as you are building it, because as you build things up with certain percentages, treasures appear in the future. So you want to make sure you build up the past, but you don't want to do it too much, because if you do it too much, then you might miss some of those treasures because something got built over them.
Ooh.
It's God, that game is wild, and it's just such an amazing thing.
All right, yeah. You had me at Robin Teen Titans as the lead character.
Yeah, the voice acting and the characterizations and the story in general is just spectacularly good. It is my favorite game of all time, currently still, maybe, I think, I hope. But, God, like, it is, yeah, like, just talking about it again might put it back over Final Fantasy VII R. I still have to do more hard mode stuff, but fuck. Dark Cloud 2 is such a good game.
Chris's crisis of faith.
I am having a crisis here, man. I am like, I have no idea. I don't know.
Well,
and it scares me.
Speaking of crisis of faith, John, can you take us away from Chris's crisis and bring us to a new crisis?
Yeah, sure. We got Crisis Remastered. That's happening. Does anyone care about Crisis Remastered here?
Fuck no.
I guess we're all like console gamer kind of type people, but I don't. Crisis has always felt to me like an out of reach thing, because you're supposed to have the biggest, baddest PC to play Crisis. It was always like that benchmark, right? And so I was always like, oh, I'll never play that then.
Yeah, I mean, in 2007 it was that. Nowadays, it's not really, that.
I mean, even then, it was a mediocre game with a good graphics engine.
Were they good? Or were they just a benchmark for the big, strong, powerful PC engine?
Yeah, it's a PC benchmark program with a bad game built in.
Oh. Ooh.
I feel like people like Crysis. I don't really know anybody who does, but it seems like people are kind of excited about this. So, but yeah, it's coming out on everything. It's gonna be it's getting a graphics update, new high quality textures, and they're adding ray tracing, which I still don't know what that is.
Oh, ray tracing is super simple. It's just a different way of using particle effects to kind of recreate lighting. That's the simplest way of putting it.
Okay. Well,
what if particles shot rays out of them that told you where light goes?
All right. Well, then it's gonna have that.
Control looks amazing with it.
Minecraft looks amazing with it.
So it's going to come to PS4, PC, and Xbox One, but also to Switch. So, hey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're going to be able to play Crysis on the Switch.
Which is in your pocket.
Yeah. It leaked on Thursday, and then Crytek was just like, oh, shit, okay, well, yeah, it's happening. Here you go, everybody.
As you do now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not really any, crazy new information. I don't think they even have a release date. But hey, I mean, the events of the game take place August 2020, so maybe they'll just release it then to kind of line up to it.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds about right. Chris, is there anything else that you want to discuss?
Let's talk about, for a little bit, I've been playing a bunch of the Guilty Gear Strive demo. I don't want to say a ton about it until after I've played against other people this week, because playing against the computer and the way the beta was set up it feels awful in the way it's all set up. Every time you finish a round, you go all the way back to the starting menu. And you have to go through the process of choosing a character, choosing an opponent, playing your round, choosing a character, choosing your opponent, playing a round, going back, always back to the start menu. That's just bad. That part just doesn't feel good. The game as a whole, as somebody who has been a Rev 2 player.
They usually have that stuff set up for, events where, it'll just be like, oh, hey, yeah, you're gonna play one round, and then you're gonna leave so someone else can come and sit down. But when they just upload those things straight to the internet, and it's just like, oh, hey, just download this thing that's just, the demo.
It feels like an old build, because the UI still looks actually looks worse than the last time they showed it. I absolutely can't stand your name bar and burst meter, and all the meters you have to track moving along with your life. I like to be able to know in Rev 2, I know that when I look at the top corner, I see burst in really big letters, so I know exactly where I am on recharging it. I know exactly where I am when I have it available. I know when all the systems are available to use. Here, I look up towards the left corner, and it's not there, and I'm like, do I have my... Oh, wait, it kind of has an X, it looks like, I think. It's small. I think it does. So, no, I don't have my burst. Oh, shit, now I have my burst. Okay, it's... it's a little muddled. And the game looks a little muddy. I've talked about it before, the way my eyes work is I have issues with contrast. If there's not enough contrast, the way my color blindness is, things just, I can't see them. That's a problem with Final Fantasy XIV dungeons. And there was one stage where it was an extreme problem with Faust, who was just completely invisible to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, I thought Chip was the one that had Find Me as a move. But, like, I still have, like, I'm not gonna say it's the worst game ever, or whatever. I still have hope because I played in the beta for,
Mm-hmm.
I played in the previous beta for Grand Blue Fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
And, I hated Grand Blue Fantasy during the beta. And then the game came out, and we talked about it in my first episode here. I really enjoy that game. I have a lot of fun with it. I went from Ladiva to Percival, but and I found Percy, my dude.
Yep.
He's my boy. He's got that down charge, which is like my main in Zerd, which is Jam, where I want to be able to build up my stocks and kick people in the head really hard. The game feels pretty good, so I still have hope that by the time, Strive comes out, it will be, it won't play it regularly, but I won't hate playing it like I do right now. But as I said, I still haven't fought against people, so that could change the way it feels. But the way it feels right now, it feels like it doesn't feel like Guilty Gear outside of the music, because it feels muted, which means, for me, the style just isn't there that I want. I want bright popping colors. I want, really overblown everything. And the only place I feel like I get that is the music, which is, rad as hell. But yeah, I'll probably have a lot more to say about that next week, and I know we're going to be recording a thing with the beta, talking about it, riding the rails, if you will. But I'm excited to, be terrible at it. I'm not going to put out I decided the other night, I'm not going to put out the effort to try to get good during the beta, just because I have spent the last year getting to the point where I can actually win sometimes in Zerd, and I don't want to lose that, because I feel like if I actively start moving towards this new one, it's going to make me worse at the game I love, which is kind of a hard thing, but at the same time, I'm still excited to fight against people rather than just AI.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the metric that you're going to have to go against is how does it feel playing against other actual players, especially if they're in the same space as you and same level, and also trying to understand what the new language you'll need to learn for playing Strive versus Xrd.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be a learning curve.
It is a totally new language. The damage, there's no damage scaling. You hit somebody with a move, it takes... you get a combo off, you can take their whole life bar. You hit someone with a move in the corner. In the corner is the only place where it felt like Guilty Gear, because suddenly I could hit any fucking button and it was hitting. You hit somebody in a corner, you can combo anything until you get the corner wall splat, break through the wall. I actually watched, I forget who it was. One of the really good Guilty Gear players, hit a combo that took him from one wall all the way to the other, and then all the way back to the other, and the wall splat continues. So they broke through the other wall in one hit after going back and forth. It's there's still some wild, cool shit in there. It's just, it doesn't feel as... Guilty Gear is not about, footsies so much as it is about just getting in that ass and living there. like Guilty Gear is a lot of aggression and a lot of really
it's weird that you
customizable options.
It's weird you say it like that, because everything that I've always known about Guilty Gear is it's the bright red fiery one. Everything is hot and angry and loud, and everything I see about Strive is a lot more muted. And
it's a lot more muted. I lose the characters in the very boring, dull backgrounds. Just because there's not enough contrast. Frickin' Guilty Gear, the Zerd is busy as hell. All the backgrounds, there's tons of activity going on, there's tons of color, but everything is has so much contrast in the character design that everything pops. You can see all the moves coming at you.
And you can
see.
Go for it, John.
I think my theory when I'm watching the way that works, I feel like Strive is overcorrecting in like every way. I've seen a lot of people talking about this on Twitter, and from what I've seen myself, I think they're trying too hard to be like approachable to new players. And the way that you do that is you just give people a good idea on what they need to learn, and then give them the tools to learn it. That's what they need to do, instead of just being like, here you go, here's this. You can press a couple of buttons and then just win, instead of like, oh hey, here, you actually have to learn how to play the game. It's just like you die so quick. It's just it makes every game feel so much more cheap. And then and
the problem with that, making it simpler and more accessible, is those people that, oh man, this is so simple and accessible, I'm playing it with my friends and I'm really good, and they're going to go online and get annihilated in 2 seconds. Because if anyone knows what they're doing even slightly, they're just going to destroy I'm just really a casual player. You aren't going to... It actually feels worse.
These games are going to be decided on single combos. Like, it's seriously going to be single combo deaths in this game. It's going to be touch of death.
And
that sucks. That sucks for people who are just going to be learning this game, and they're just going to get killed immediately, and they're not going to have any chance. It's going to be really frustrating.
That would be wild.
It's like Dragon Ball FighterZ, when it first came out, was really fun to play, but then once people learned how to play, it became a lot less fun, because it's like, oh, it's simple, there's one button combos, there's all these simplistic things that are, simplifying the Marvel 3 formula even more, and oops, I'm dead. Oops, I'm completely annihilated because I need to have incredible defense. Apparently. It's like, I mean, it's a similar thing is happening with Grand Blue, where I go online and I do one of two things. I have a really good match, or I just get double perfected. Where you run across somebody that, understands all the core systems. It's like, yes, making it simple opens it up to a wider audience at the start, but it feels like it's going to lose more people over time than something like I think the complexity of Rev 2 is what is keeping me in there. Is why I'm still excited to get my ass kicked. Like, I don't mind going on to Rev 2 and getting completely annihilated when I can every once in a while go, holy shit, I played around against Mecha MacGyver and it was fucking incredible. I took like half his life bar on one of the rounds. It felt so good. It's one of those things where it's the more I learn of the more complicated game, the better even losing feels. And now that I'm winning sometimes, it feels amazing, because even in losing, unless it's against a fucking Elfelt, fuck Elfelt, I still feel like I learned something and feel good about myself in the end.
Yeah.
Rather than like what I worry about with this is that's why tomorrow or tonight and tomorrow are the big tests for me, because if I get beat like a drum and don't feel good at the end, then it's not Guilty Gear for me. Because part of what I love about Guilty Gear at this point is I lose, but I feel good losing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that I totally understand, even though I don't really know fighting games that well. The other part that I've seen, though, from Strive, another way you can really look at this, especially because it's a fighting game compared to any other genre of game, as a beta, the things that I have seen from Strive's beta more than the comparative fighting games and Guilty Gear especially, is that this feels a lot like a skeleton of what they want Guilty Gear to be. And not like skeleton as in it's like bare bones, but skeleton as in like there are a lot of directions they could add on to this. They haven't committed to any one specific style or like affect that they want to like really push. And so I think from the beta to release, more than any other kind of game, there's a lot of different places they could add to this based on player feedback.
Yeah. And that's why I keep saying, like, I don't enjoy what I've played of the beta so far, but I'm still excited for the game. Because like, I'm hoping they finally announce some new characters instead of, it's like, I love Milia Rage. Awesome. I would have rather seen that cool black samurai, or characters that, like, the current character roster they've kind of shown off is pretty samey. That's my biggest issue with the demo, almost, is like Sol and Kai and Mei really feel very samey right now.
Mm-hmm.
Potemkin is the only character that really feels significantly different, in that he still feels like Zerd Potemkin, because Potemkin is big and has never been able to run forward or air dash, do the, stuff that all the other characters can do. Like, he was always the, I'm going to walk forward and crush you, block and wait for my opening and grab you. So, like, at this point, the characters just, I'm not feeling the character variety yet.
I don't think you will.
I hope to.
I don't think you will in this beta, at least. I think the purpose of this beta
definitely want in the beta
is a lot of data collection.
Mm-hmm.
I think they purposely gave you a muted version of this game, as it was probably a few months ago in production, or even longer, specifically
it looks like the same stuff from the demo from the championships. Like, what was that, February or January? Like, it feels like that. That
makes sense.
It does feel like, I mean, with them already saying, hey, we're using rollback. Awesome. I'm so excited. Please add that to Rev so it can be in a game I love. But also, hey, it feels like they haven't done the work to the characters yet, because this is still the last demo build they had.
Yep, they'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a lot of faith that they'll get there more than I usually do for.
Yeah, and I do, because of the Grand Blue beta.
Yep.
Like, the Grand Blue beta, I would have actively have called a terrible fucking game. I hated it. I did not like any of the characters, and then they came out, and it's like all the characters from the beta I really enjoy using. Like, I really enjoy Charlotte. She's fun. She's goofy as hell. I mean, I'm a Percy main now, but Charlotte, Lancelot is fun. Gran is actually surprisingly, like, super fun to play with. So it's like, I have enough faith in Arc System Works, and like, they have enough of a history that I'm going to buy this when it comes out regardless, and probably enjoy it before I head back to Rev 2 and enjoy that.
Hey, there's always Rev 2.
Because, I mean, and even then, Daisuke has been like, I have ideas for Rev 3, and maybe I'll do that, too. It's like, okay, Like, why not? I mean, you had Alpha and, what's it called? All the third, Street Fighter 3s were coming out at the same time, weren't they? Because I think you had 3 Alpha games and 3 Street Fighter 3s that all were coming out around the same time.
I don't think it was like the exact same time, but
not the exact same time, but similar. Like I think Street Fighter 3 came out around the time of Alpha 2, I want to say, or some weird shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. I'll have to go back to the Legacy Collection and play old Street Fighters.
Aw, darn.
Yeah.
Aw, darn.
All right.
That checks out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think I'm gonna do like a news rundown here because we just got a couple of bits of news here, and then we can go on to questions. So the ESRB has finally stepped in and have officially added a new designation to the ratings that explicitly label when a game has in-game purchases.
Oh.
Not only that, but mentions mystery random items as well. So yeah, there's just going to be a little tag underneath the game that says in-game purchases, and then underneath this says includes random items. So now people can make more informed purchases.
Is that also going to count for things like, oh god, what's the, like, like Resident Evil Resistance or whatever? Like, if Resident Evil Resistance didn't have the ability to purchase money stuff?
If you want, I could just read exactly what it says. It says, ESRB said the new designation, in-game purchases includes random items, will be assigned to games that contain in-game offers to purchase digital goods or premiums with real-world currency, for which the player doesn't know prior to purchase the specific digital goods or premiums they'll be receiving, like loot boxes, item packs, and mystery awards.
So includes
loot
random
boxes,
items isn't separate.
Yeah, loot boxes, gacha games, item or card packs, prize wheels, treasure chests, and more. So I would say Resident Evil Resistance would probably be, like, under that banner.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because you can buy the currency to buy that. But
yes.
Like my thing was, it's like, hey, if you can't, because there are a lot of games lately that have been using that fucking gacha mechanic where you can't buy the currency for it outside of it, but they still have that mechanic in the game, and it's like, fuck, I hate this.
Yeah, that's an interesting update to things, and I'm interested because of the language of it says includes random items. It almost sounds like a selling point to the game more than like a rating. Like, oh great, I can get random items from this. But the important thing is, the question is, okay, how does this actually affect me as a consumer or us as a consuming group? That means that all of these that have this rating on them, the ESRB has ways for you to be able to search them up and catalog all of them. So you can now, search up games by this and see, hey, what is the list of loot box games? Well, now they're all on notice. They are all literally on notice. If your game even just passingly is like, you know what, I'll just throw some loot boxes in there to get the guys. Well, the ESRB now has to rate that. So you're on the list. You're on notice. Even if it's tacitly, even if it doesn't mean anything, you are now searchable by your loot box, which that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what they're doing right now for the ESRB ratings.
Dope.
It doesn't seem like they're going to be using that to specifically like bump up ratings, but they are at the very least going to have that listed from now on.
No, the Parent Watch websites are going to have to actually label that too and list that as part of their considerations because it's now on the box for them to read. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next little bit of news here is that Nintendo released a new update for the Switch, version at 10.0.0, that lets you remap your controller buttons on your Joy-Cons.
Oh, yeah.
That actually makes me really happy.
Yeah, so it could be a little bit better. But you now have the ability to have 5 different configurations saved on the console side for each separate Joy-Con, as well as another 5 for the Switch Pro controller. So if you use the Switch Pro controller, you can also change the mapping on that. Again, it is console wide, so if you want, a specific configuration for a game, you're gonna have to save that one. So it's just 5. So you can have hey, this is my one for RPGs. This is the one that I use for Smash Bros. This is the one that I use for whatever.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that they had profiles attached to it.
Yeah, it could be better, again, because, this could be something that you could just do game by game. But this is a good step in the right direction, I feel. And so I think that should be lauded a little bit. Just be like, hey, it's good. For people that might need things remapped for, for any reason, really, just because they can't press certain buttons, or if they just don't want to push certain buttons, or they just prefer different ways to play, more options are always better. They also added the ability to transfer data between the system memory and an SD card. So if you have a game saved to your system, but you want to move it to an SD card or vice versa, you can do that now. You don't have to delete it, which was something that you used to have to do. I remember when I got my new SD card, I think it's 128 gigs or whatever the hell, I was like, oh, I want to move that stuff. I want to move all the games I have downloaded to the SD card. I had to transfer the save with up to the cloud, delete the game, and then re-download the game and re-download the save data from the cloud onto my SD card. Now you can just transfer it. So it's way more easy. Don't do what I did, everybody. Just transfer it now.
No, I still remember going from a 128 to a 256 and deleting everything and reinstalling it all, and it was just oh great, I'm not going to be able to play games for 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, there's that problem, but then again, my monkey brain loves to watch all the stuff download, so that was actually kind of fun. Just getting every game that I own on the Switch downloaded onto the SD card, and then still having 80 gigs left. I was just that's delicious.
Yeah,
I love to see that. They also added some new user icons from New Horizons, so you can have Tom Nook, Timmy and Tommy, Isabelle, Wilbur, CJ, or Flick as your avatar.
Awesome.
I thought Tommy and Timmy were the same one.
Yeah. No, Tommy and Timmy are the twins that run the store. Tom Nook is the landlord. He might be a good landlord, but he's still a damn landlord.
No, I meant that if you can choose Tommy or Timmy, isn't that the same,
It's both of them on the same
different.
One. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Same avatar. Yeah. And of course, there is one little bit of information that Nintendo did not publicly announce. Data miners Smash? No. Shh! Don't tempt him. The thing that the data miners found was that there were some slight hints, some compatibility notes for another Switch model. So all those rumors about there being a Switch Pro or whatever they're going to call it, that might be true.
It's got to run Crysis Remastered.
Yeah, I guess so. It's going to be the ultimate test.
Yep.
It'll finally be able to run Cooking Mama Cookstar.
Yeah, finally. And finally, Chex Quest. Who here played Chex Quest?
Hell yes.
Oh, really? Is he back?
It is. Chex Quest is back. Chex Quest was actually kind of already back. They re-released it. I think just as a free download, kind of recently, a couple of months ago. Which, is nice. So, for those of you who don't know what Chex Quest is, Chex Quest was pretty much a Doom wad that General Mills released in their cereal boxes. It is straight up a Doom game Like, it uses the same, like, HUD and mechanics, and, you know, it's of course edited to be non-violent. You are not killing the aliens, you are sending them back to their home planet. But if you like Doom, it is pretty much more Doom, and it is extremely competently made. Like, so much so that, like, there are people that if you talk to them, like, hey, what are the best Doom games? People will be like, oh yeah, like, they'll mention Chex Quest in that conversation. So
Doom 2, Chex Quest, Doom 64, Chex Quest.
Yeah, so Chex Quest is getting an HD remaster this year. It is, I'm sure, and it doesn't say who's developing it.
That's a weird sign.
But it is being remade in Unreal 4.
Fuck.
So it is extremely high-tech, brand new Chex Quest power. And not only will you be able to purchase this new version of Chex Quest on Steam this summer, but there is also a new limited run bundle where you can buy one of two bundles from them to get Chex Quest in a physical form. There's a $40 bundle that will get you a physical copy of the game, the classic big box packaging that looks like a cereal box, a 2-disc jewel case, the soundtrack, a poster, and the game manual. But if you are a big Chex Quest fan, if you remember opening that up and loving it in your cereal box, you can also get some more shit. For $150, you can get all of that stuff, as well. Yeah, $150. You can get all the previously mentioned things, but also a lithograph, enamel pins, a piece of Chex keychain that just looks like a piece of Chex.
But what kind of Chex? Is it like rice Chex, corn Chex, wheat Chex, that cinnamon apple Chex?
It looks like
he's a corn Chex. He's a corn Chex type of man.
Normal ass Chex.
So the best Chex. Good.
An XL t-shirt that is a fucking Metallica parody.
Okay, I'm looking at this picture, and the shirt is the, like, crowning glory of what is an incredible grouping of things. Chex Quest Zorch 'em All, as in the Kill 'em All Metallica logo.
It's really good.
Wow.
It's really good. An intergalactic Chexdallion of Bravery coin, 2 large stickers, a metal Chex Warrior statue, and the Piece de la Resistance, a full-sized Zorcha replica with light and sounds.
This is... Can a shitpost be bougie?
I think it is. I think this proves that it can be.
This is incredible.
Look, I just want the intergalactic Chexdallion of Bravery metal coin. Fuck,
you can you could wing that at somebody from across the room and knock them out.
You're gonna
Reading
Zorch 'em.
some of these words is harder to read than some of the Faygo flavors.
This is amazing.
Oh my god.
The signed Chex Warrior autographed piece of poster is just
It's
incredible.
really overwhelming. Yeah, like the poster has, like, on one side it is just like Chex Quest art, and then on the back of the poster there is just it's an 18 by 24, like it looks like a fucking, like, just an autograph picture, like something that you would get from a celebrity of the Chex Warrior.
Why does he look so horny in that image, though?
He does look horny.
Because he Zorched them all.
He did, yeah.
Oh god.
Because he knows what's gonna happen. But
wow.
yeah.
That's amazing. Chex Quest is real and also extremely horny, and everything's here. Yeah, there's no part of this that isn't, like, exactly like I remember. I didn't know that Doom existed. I only played Chex Quest when I was a child, and then, like, I saw Doom and I was like, oh, it's just like Chex Quest. Yeah. They copied Chex. I'm glad they came back to Chex Quest again.
So this HD version, it seems like it is not just like a straight port. They are adding more characters. I guess there's going to be 5 more characters based on the other pieces of Chex. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah, like there's
Okay.
there's like a lady checks now, and then there's like different like
Oh yep, I can see those legs.
yeah, and then there's
Yep.
like all the like little pieces of fucking pretzel and shit. You can play as all these different characters.
Hey, have you
as
ever
the
had a box of lady checks?
Not yet, but I guess I'd try it. I don't know.
As they fight the evils of fucking Crispix,
I guess so.
the
yeah.
better cereal.
Crispix is really good.
It stays crispy in your milk.
It does.
And it's like wheat and rice.
It's wheat and
or
rice at the same
corn.
time. It's the best flavors put together.
God.
Yeah, if you really want to try it, you can get the original for free, and I would recommend it. Like if you like Doom, I would say check out Chex Quest. It's really good.
God, are we gonna end up having Chex Quest multiplayer parties?
I like Chex Quest. I'll play Chex Quest sometime.
Fuck. This looks amazing.
It's good. I don't really like the graphics on the HD version, but you know what? I'll take it because it's new Chex Quest. It's more Chex Quest. I'll support anything that plays like a fucking boomer shooter. It's fine.
Wow.
I probably won't eat Chex because the last time I ate Chex, it gave me really bad diarrhea. But I'll play the game.
I mean, I know we said Cooking Mama was the biggest news, but this might be. Because,
It's a little wild.
I mean, how else are we going to earn our Chex Stallions?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Will we get to the Chex Stallion quicker if we open the box from the bottom?
I'd say you shouldn't. I'd say you should eat your cereal before you do that. It's, don't waste your money. Don't waste I paid good money for that Chex. Alright? You asked me over and over again. You said, John, I want Chex Quest. I want to play the game. And I said, alright, I'll do that. If you eat all your cereal, you can play Chex Quest.
You gotta eat your way down to the bottom where the CD is.
Yeah. It's good for you.
That
Eat your
is
banana too.
Amazing. No.
Hey, no, you gotta eat your fruit too. It's part of a balanced breakfast.
I'm sorry, bananas are gross. It's a fun word to say, but bananas are gross.
What the hell?
Then what do you like?
They used to be good,
Would you have an
then they
apple
went
with your
extinct.
breakfast?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright. Okay, we figured it out. We'll give
But
you
all
an
the
apple.
good bananas are extinct.
What did bananas do to you?
They stopped existing.
Oh.
They died in a blight, and all that's left is these new fake bananas.
We'll live with them. It's okay.
I love bananas.
Alright, let's move on to questions, folks. If you want to send in a question, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. Anonymous asks, will the Cars film franchise ever get a fourth movie?
Trains.
Well, they already had a fourth and a fifth movie. They made Planes and Planes Fire and Rescue.
True. So the sixth movie, we gotta get to trains.
I guess
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Would that infringe
Wow,
on
they're going
Thomas?
in reverse order. Oh, you're right.
Trains, planes, and automobiles? They're going in reverse order from that?
Maybe. I think... Where's boats?
Oh, you're right.
Boats.
Boat.
Probably
vehicles
also a
there?
Thomas thing.
Bikes?
See, the thing is, I can't imagine boats having any drama whatsoever, because it would be such an existential horror. Like, hey, either you spring a leak and you die forever, or if anything goes wrong, just float away. You got the whole ocean.
Fucking just segways.
Segways.
I could see a film for bikes. I could see a film about a pedal bike being jealous about a motorcycle, and then
I want to be the fastest motorbicycle.
yeah,
I want to
exactly.
know. So Pixar's whole thing is what if X but real.
Yeah.
What if bikes but real in the era of the privatization of the bicycle?
Oh my god.
So they're watching all of their like friends get a job with the like local, zip
Like a
bike,
lime.
the Lime
Yeah.
bike people, and everyone's like, you've got to get in with these guys, or you're not going to make any money. And this bike is like, am I the only person who remembers when bikes weren't about making money?
Yeah, but how likely do you think they'd do that? Except they'd probably just do it's a bunch of bikes getting chained up and forced to work for.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Yeah, I was thinking there could be like a dark. I was thinking there could be like a dark, like mid to late film reveal of all the Lime bikes getting thrown in the ocean, and they're just like they just show like all the like decrepit, dying and or dead bikes at the bottom of the sea.
oh, Jesus Christ! This is the darkest fucking movie ever.
Yeah, well,
It's
you gotta
Wall-E
rank it
of
up in
bikes.
flames.
That would be like Wall-E, where it's dark as hell, but still has the heterosexual love between bikes.
Yeah, there needs to be a bike that has big lips and eyelashes to make sure that you know it's a girl bike.
Oh, it's pink.
It's got like
It has one of those bent, bendy arms instead of straights.
tassel, yeah.
doesn't
Girl
have
bike,
the
that's
straights.
There you go. That's our pitch. Shulis asks, which Final Fantasy VII party member plays Doom, and which plays Animal Crossing?
Oh, Tifa definitely plays Doom, and Barrett has to play Animal Crossing with his daughter all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, he plays with his daughter. They fucking love it.
So the thing is that he's the one who's actually grinding for all the Nook miles, because he wants to make sure that like game is as fun and accessible to his daughter as possible. But in reality, he just loves playing the game, and he'll never admit it.
Barrett loves Animal Crossing, but he
I'm sorry, I could picture Barrett standing up screaming, "Yo, Marlene, I just got a bunch of fossils. A new dinosaur is in the thing.
Yeah,
Marlene,
absolutely.
come check this out."
And it's got tank treads."
I could definitely see Barrett like gathering up all the supplies and like all the bells and stuff, and then calling her in and being like, "All right, sweetie, tell me how you want your room to look," like that kind of thing. That's what he would absolutely do. Yeah.
Marlene, I just got terraforming. Get in here.
I'm gonna say something fucked up, and I think this is gonna shake the Final Fantasy community to its core. I think Aerith would play both because I think Aerith would just be a gamer. I think Aerith would be a gamer.
I 100% think Aerith would be one of those people drawing fan art of frickin' Isabelle in the Doom Marine costume.
Aerith with the gamer baseball cap on.
Yeah.
Oh. Man, if there was a baseball team in Midgar, I think Aerith would be like the number one fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she is so on the streets and, like, loves to play, loves to game. Damn, you're right.
She's absolutely, like, a huge gamer. Like, I think, she has, like, all the consoles. She's got a hacked Super Nintendo Classic, got everything on it. That's what I think. I think she fucking loves video games. That's my opinion.
She's also a retro gamer because she's of the ancients. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. I know what I'm saying. I understand these characters now, Solon. And finally, Cloud absolutely plays Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
He loves doing jobs. He loves doing jobs for Tom Nook.
Yeah, he loves that shit. He eats that up.
Just fucking loves fishing.
Yeah.
Should we go over the future party members as well?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Red 13.
Uses the Microsoft Adaptive Controller, so he only plays Doom. Actually, wait, they figured out how to mod it for the Switch, so he absolutely plays both.
You think he plays both? Okay. Yuffie? Yuffie seems like an Animal Crossing person to me. I haven't really seen her yet, but...
Yeah, an Animal Crossing person, and she always stays in the Nook shop until after they close, just in the hopes that they go to bed so she can steal shit.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. No, Yuffie definitely, like, logs into other people's servers and takes their stuff.
Yeah.
And she's on that turnips. She's on that turnips.
Speaking of turnips, like 612 today. And y'all are listening to this 3 days from now.
Wow.
Hey, be nice. Put it in the Discord.
Zing.
Put it in the Discord. Be a bro.
I don't know how to say the cat character's name.
Oh, Kate Shee.
Kate Shee. All right, how do you feel about them?
So, okay, this is going to be a kind of interesting one. You don't know much about this, but actually Kate Shee is still playing, what's the newest Football Manager simulator?
Yeah.
Football Manager 2020.
Football Simulator 2020.
That's the only thing he plays. That and, like, City Skylines.
Definitely City Skylines.
Who do we got? Sid and Big Sexy. That's who's left.
Sid plays Doom because they say fuck a lot in Doom, probably.
Yep.
He thinks that's funny.
And Sid is just a crass asshole.
Then we answer Vincent. I don't think Vincent games. I don't think Vincent would play any video games.
No. He does the whole, like, vampire gothic thing, like, really hardcore, doesn't play games.
Yeah.
I tried to play this Symphony of the Night thing, and what is this bullshit Dracula crap?
Yep.
Yeah. He would, like, try to claim that it's, like, offensive or, like, taking from his style or something, and everyone's like, shut the fuck up, Vincent.
This is vampire phobic.
Yeah, but shut the fuck up, dude.
All the Turks are playing Madden together, and he's just like, dude, what are you all doing? We got work to do.
100%.
No, the Turks play FIFA.
Yeah.
Except for Rude, who mostly just plays dating sims, but claims he's playing FIFA whenever people walk in the room.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I do have this theory that Rude and Sid they play GTA online often.
They have like a Let's Play series.
They totally have like a Let's Play series together where they do role plays.
All right. Next question from Anonymous. Why does Valorant seem so skeevy?
Valorant? That's the Riot Games CS Overwatch?
Yeah, so, I will just say, I have not touched it. This is just going off of something that Rose mentioned to us recently that makes it definitely seem skeevy. Apparently, the reason why Valorant is, like, the most popular Twitch game right now is that the way that you get into the beta is by watching Twitch streamers that are streaming
only
it.
Certain ones.
Yeah, certain ones that are streaming it that, like, Riot gave, like, that, like, power to. And so there's just a bunch of bots sitting in the chat grabbing codes to, I guess, maybe sell or do whatever else with it.
Do the dark bot deeds.
Yeah, it's just bots. It's just full of bots.
This is the true dark web. Valorant codes.
Really is. It's about as sad as the real dark web. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. As far as I know about it, is that I've watched some streams of it, and it doesn't look like anything other than just a normal-ass video game. It looks like the most normal-ass video game I've ever seen.
It's Counter-Strike with superpowers, right down to the plant and disarm the bomb.
Yeah, and you're right. It is entirely about how it is being sent out means that it is only being played by a very specific audience, and that is the most grabby, needy people who have the most expendable time on their hands, who can just sit in Twitch streams that are being featured by whoever is the most popular Twitch streamer that plays CSGO and Overwatch type games, which is a very small select group of mostly dudes, and the people who just watch those dudes. And so if it seems skeevy, I mean, you're looking at who's producing the game, what audience they're selling it to, how they're giving it out via, you have to sign up to the Twitch thing and have it sent to your Twitch inbox and know how to interface with all that. Every single aspect of this seems really skeevy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, I don't like it. I mean, I like the look of the game. It actually looks pretty fun. But it also, watching it for a bit, just made me want to go back and play regular Counter-Strike.
I don't know who could watch that game for any amount of time and not just say, I want to play TF2. I want to play a game with actual style. And not looks like offshoot Pixar Overwatch. Because I haven't seen anything in there that doesn't just look like the most bland Riot gamesy kind of like. Usually Riot has a lot more style in things that they produce, and this just looks vanilla.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's them. It's an early beta for their Counter-Strike, so it's like, I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, yeah, I can go play Counter-Strike at any time instead of sitting in a Twitch chat for 20 hours hoping I get a frickin' code.
Yep. And this isn't even to speak to, I wouldn't know how the like game itself runs and works and how you can build out characters in game. I don't know if it's something like Overwatch where you can grind out loot boxes and get fancy looking toys, or if you have to literally like play the game a bunch to progress like it's League of Legends. There could also be a lot of skeeviness inside the game looking at, Riot Games being the producer. Puts me on my haunches every time I hear the word Valorant.
Yeah.
Valorant.
What if it was a first-person shooter where you played as ants?
That sounds a little more interesting.
And it was a movie tie-in to the movie Ants.
Ooh.
Like Chex Quest, but with ants.
And you've got to not get stepped on because there's giant people that are changing the terrain of the world throughout the level.
Damn it, now my joke is starting to sound actually kind of cool.
Alright, let's see here. 2 more questions. Anonymous asks, Flash is going away soon. What are some of your favorite Flash games?
Oh, that's a good question. Flash is going away soon. There's that whole, what's the repository? Blue Maxima's Flashpoint? Flashpoint has this whole repository for every Flash game ever made. Or at least, a good whole chunk of them. I'm trying to remember, I remember playing this series of, it was like the Matrix style, but it was all stick figures. And there was just this long series of stick figure, shoot 'em ups that were all, more and more intricate every time they did it. And it was all about slow motion and, you had to do as many murders as you could in a really short amount of time, and you could get Jesus powers midway through.
Okay.
You could put on a clown mask and do super scary clown massacres. It was buck wild. I don't remember what the series of games was, though.
Yeah, shit. I don't know. For me, it's I don't know. I think I had more fun with Justice League Heroes than I did with DC Universe Online, so...
Nice!
I'm gonna say Justice League Heroes was the best Flash game. Especially since they canceled that one they were working on that they, the people who did it showed off for a little bit.
Any thoughts, John?
Gotta think.
I just found this... Oh, I found this list of all the Escape the Room games that were on Flash, and there was this series Escape, or it was called the Yellow Room and the Red Room and the Violet Room, and that was, when I was on flashgames.com as a child, that was my shit.
Honestly, I feel like I just need to shout out games that Retsupre and the Men Drinking Coffee played. God, I'm just thinking about all those bad Flash games, those kind of Escape the Room things, and then of course, there's like Ambition and Meat and Fuck and all those like dumbass games that Retsu Prey played. And then there's that like Slender Man escape game that the Coffee Men played. Like, there's so much just dumb, bad shit.
Incredible.
I think I would say my favorite is Ambition, though. Like, Ambition is legendary. Nothing will ever be better than Ambition, but...
God, there's so many of those shit shows.
Yeah, but, I mean, if I'm gonna mention things that I, like, actually, like, remember playing as a kid, there were, like, those Cartoon Network games, and I definitely remember, like, the Homestar Runner games. Like, God, I hope that they actually finish Stinko Man. I would straight up pay money to play Stinko Man on my Switch. I would love for them to finish that game and put it out on Switch.
Actually, real answer is probably Robot Unicorn Attack or whatever is probably the one I put the most time into.
Oh yeah.
Like, I wish that there was a old Xbox Live indie game that was like Techno Kitten Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I totally would have killed for them to have put that out on PC.
I think that I am glad that a lot of these games have been saved. Like, I think there's like some kind of like Flash game backup thing that's going on. I think it already happened where like every Flash game has just been preserved. So I don't think we have to worry about losing anything. Which is nice.
Newgrounds.
Yeah, but so at the very least we can all go back and play Ambition and laugh at it.
Hey, were you a kid growing up and like there was like the archery Flash game where you could like shoot the arrow at the target on the other side of the screen?
I remember that.
You could also just shoot it straight up in the air and shoot yourself in the head with an arrow, and it was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Cannabolt was a Flash game, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that game was fucking rad as hell.
Fast game.
All right, last question here. It's from our friend and yours, Harlequin Wheels. And if you want to sound like Wheels, you can go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask and send us a question like this. What if you were in a real fight in real life, but you had summoning materia? Which Sci-Tube regular would come out, and what would they do?
So we're summoning a
Sci-Tube regular, yes.
YouTuber.
Yeah, now we are not answering which would be the best. The answer is which would we have, and what would they do? So Solon and Chris, which Sci-Tube person would you have as your summoning materia?
So,
oh god,
the important part about any summoning materia is that it needs to immediately, like, it hits you with like a move. It has like two things that it can do, and only two things, and that's it. Right. And then it'll like leave. It'll do this big finishing attack, and it'll just leave the screen after a couple minutes. So I need someone who's not going to overwhelm me. I need someone who's not going to overshadow me. But the moment they show up, you're like, damn, I'm glad this guy's here, and then they're going to go away in 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. So my summon would be Buff Corel.
That is a great summon.
He's going to show up. He's going to dance and sing. Mm-hmm. And he's going to hit his big move, and then he's going to leave.
That's a really good choice. That is a really good choice.
I am a nice person, so I'm going to go with, say, John Taffer, who's going to appear, belittle my opponent until they become a better person.
Ooh.
I see. And what's his, like, big finishing move?
His big finishing move is when he finally gives them that hug and says, see, you're actually a decent human being.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
The fight ends,
It
or
sure
I just
does.
run up and kick them in the nuts because they're still actually a piece of shit, but he at least made them a better person.
John Taffer hugging a behemoth. And the behemoth's just sobbing openly because they can't save their bar, but there's a chance.
That chocobo was raw. You were handling raw chocobo and then touching all of the
God. My answer...
Are you an idiot?
My answer, unfortunately, would be Cyber Knight. I think he would have so here's his abilities. I think he would be able to summon a monster. You know, he could summon like a Red Eyes Black Dragon or something like that. And then they would show up and attack. And then he could also heal you with like Goblin Secret Remedy. And then his final ability would be he opens up a pack, and there's a chance that he ends with a hollow, and if he gets a hollow, then it does a bunch of damage, but if he doesn't, then it only does a little damage.
Can we end with a hollow?
Yeah, can we end with a hollow?
Oh God.
Perfect.
Yeah. There you go. Alright,
so good summons.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I guess we're done, right? Are we good?
Wow.
I think we're done.
Wonderful.
Episode 208 in the can?
Yeah. So, again, thank you all so much for listening. As usual, go to @VGChooChoo is our Twitter. VideoGameChooChoo.tumblr.com is our Tumblr. We have Facebook, Video Game Choo Choo. We have our YouTube channel, Video Game Choo Choo. We have our Discord server, the GameZone.zone. Type that into your web browser, it'll bring you there. You can hang out with us. You can fucking hang out with us if you want to.
You can watch all these SciTube stuff with us.
Yeah, you
as we laugh and add hilarious YouTube videos.
Do you think Buff Corell has done Let the Battles Begin?
Not yet.
Can I get Buff Corell to do some Final Fantasy VII music? Do you think he'd sing along with the new what's the Bumblebee song?
Oh God,
the new gay anthem of 2009.
I think he could. I think he should try.
Yeah.
What else? Oh man, I lost my track there. Yeah, the GameZone.zone. It's our Discord. We've been doing a lot of streaming recently on twitch.tv/VGChooChoo, which is on Sunday. We've been streaming. I don't think we're gonna play Orange Juice again this time. I know how much we want to, but I think we need to hold off a little bit. Perhaps
we've really only got to be 50% orange juice.
Maybe later. You know, maybe we could do it another time. Of course, we also have our Patreon. If you like what we're doing and you want to keep supporting us, it's patreon.com/VGCC. We got that. I'm still really surprised we got that. VGCC, just letters. It's $3 a month, and you can support us. And you also get content like the Sekiro Let's Play, and I think that's kind of it for now. We're going to be adding more stuff. We're working on things, but It's been a little weird. I will say, though, also, just as a side note, that I know times are really, really tough. I know that people's money might be, really tight. So if you do have to take your subscription, your pledge down, don't feel bad about it. It's okay. This is just to help support us a little bit, get us some dosh. But it helps. But it really helps us.
I got my Bernie bucks. I'm going to be making some choices this week.
Oh, I am waiting for my dollary dues to come in. Once they do that, I am going to buy a new computer. So,
nice.
You know, yeah, I'm ready. I think that's it. Oh no, it's not, because I have to thank Magic Circuit for our theme song "Crush" off of the album Magic is Real from back when they were Melt Channel. So meltchannel.bandcamp.com is their old stuff, and their new stuff is Magic Circuit on Spotify. Check all that out.
A lot of bangers.
It's all bangers. It's all bangers. All their shit's good. And that should do it. We got the YouTube, plug your stuff.
Yeah, you should watch Sekiro. Watch Sekiro.
Yeah.
Scott is off of his ass. That Sekiro series is gone.
Dude, you aren't kidding.
We played with, Noctis. Noctis
It's
Caleb
amazing.
of Scooby-Doo fame. The mods have been intense, deep, and hot. So if you want a series of a modded Sekiro played at its utmost, most powerful and excellent, that is where to go. Our Chooch series on that, it's been amazing. Chris, where can we find you?
People can find me at twitter.com/judgmentscythe, all one word. And that's about it right now.
Hey!
How about you there, Solon?
Oh, yeah, find me at Solon Face. At Solon Face on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube. That's where I'm doing a lot of different stuff. We have literally just finished putting all of the YouTube videos together for every single Until We Beat of all the Final Fantasy games. So we have one playlist of every mainline numbered Final Fantasy, aside from 11 and 14, of course. And that playlist is about 300 hours that was made over this last year. Now ending with 7R. So that's the final, the piece de la resistance on that whole playlist. It's finished. And I'm never playing Final Fantasy again. Well, I got to beat hard mode. I'm going to play 7 again. Then I'm never playing Final Fantasy again. It's over.
Play Suikoden and Dark Cloud 2.
Solon, it is never over because there's just going to be more parts of 7.
Shit.
I hope they do like 20 parts.
Shit.
Just keep doing them and take us all the way to Advent Children, baby.
Until we beat every Final Fantasy.
Until you beat. Until you fucking beat. And of course, I'm John, at JOHN_MICHONSKI. That's me. And that'll do it for this week's show. I want to thank you all for listening. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. So long.